Black America has been asked to boycott Asian businesses by this man.
I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
So does this man think that black Americans are patronizing their businesses because they have no other choice? Is that really what he believes? Or he is just trying to attract attention and create content? Does he actually understand the power of black dollar? Does he know the number of Asian businesses that thrive in black neighborhoods instead of Asian neighborhoods? Does he think that black Americans lack the capacity to build businesses to provide needs for their own? He's telling everyone to boycott Asian businesses, thinking that it is impossible. But trust me, black Americans are gonna show him what they are capable of. I don't think he's ready for this challenge. I'll be sitting here waiting for him to come back and apologize for what he said. So let's listen from my brothers and sisters responding to this man. I want you to listen carefully and share your opinions down there in the comment section. I will come back at the end. This video is for educational purpose.
The Asian people are telling us they don't want our money. They don't need our money. We need them more than they need us. So I say, let's show them. And you know what's funny to me? Like, they would bring up all of this stuff that was happening in other Asian countries, but the Asians we are mad at are the ones that are in America. So when you were talking about the food places or the laundromat or the nail salon and all of that, that's what we're going to hit. We know as black Americans, we can't stop from purchasing things from China or Japan. We aren't mad at the people that are in their own countries. We are mad at the people that come to America and you came off the backs of our ancestors and then you come over here and be in our communities and be racist as fuck and contribute to white supremacy. We are mad at those Asian Americans, not the ones that are in China and Japan living their life and not interacting with us. We are mad at the ones that are interacting with us in America. So you proved our point. So black Americans, they don't need our money. They don't want our money. They got their own Chinatowns and they're in white neighborhoods. You heard it from him first.
This crackerjack right here, he was talking to y'all. He wasn't talking to me. You know why he wasn't talking to me? Because I shop black owned. But let me show you. My hair products, right? Black owned. You know who this is. Black owned. Rice water, rosemary water, black owned. Botanica oil, black owned. For my locks, black owned. If I wanted a dude, black owned. Okay? For my kids, black owned. Edge control, black owned. Let me come over here. Edge control, black owned. Now, if I wanted something for my body, black owned. Y'all know who she be. Black owned. Okay? We get this? Now, if I want to wash my face, black owned. Okay? If I wanted to smell good, black owned. Let me open it so y'all see. Black owned. If I wanted my house to smell good, black owned. And all of that right, black owned. Black owned. If I wanted to wipe my butt, let me turn this around, baby. And I just got a package for 2 more. Black owned. If I wanted to wash my clothes, black owned. Black owned. Vitamins, more vitamins. Black owned. Okay? Black owned. Now for my hormones and stuff. Black owned. But if I wanted to sage out my house, I can't find my other ones. But baby, black owned. Black owned. Everything in my house is black owned. I support my black peoples. He was talking to y'all. He was not talking to me. And this is what I mean. You give them an inch, they take a mile. This black owned in this in here. Black owned. Black owned. It's matter of fact, I got black owned books. Books. Black owned. Everything is black owned with me. I support my people. Matter of fact, forgot, girl. If I wanted my house, mop my floors, baby. Mop my floors. Black owned. What else did I forget? It's so much stuff in my house that's black owned. Black owned. He was talking to y'all. He was not talking to me. He could never talk to me. I don't go there. I don't go to none of them. Y'all, I don't get my nails done. And I do my kids here, my husband here. Black owned.
And to the Asian man who had something to say about black people boycotting the Asian community like we need him, let me tell y'all, he must need a reality check. And you must ain't know we got soul food. We got the collard greens and neck bones. We got the macaroni and cheese. We got the fried chicken. We got the turkey wings. We got the yellow rice. We got the cornbread. We got the tuna salad. We got the potato salad. And we got the dressing. Sir, we will survive without your Chinese food. We can really survive without your food, and you ought to be happy, because if it wasn't for the black community, your food would still not went nowhere. Because we honored and appreciated your food, and yeah, it was good, but sir, we can live without it. We got soul food over here, sir. Soul food over here, and we got soul food takeout. So what are you talking about? You gonna talking about laundromats and dry cleaners? Do you forget that we are do you know what we went through? And you think because you gonna take your laundromats and dry cleaners for us that we just gonna poo and just go with our grandmamas used to hang our clothes on the clothing line. We used to wash our clothes on the washboard. You ought to be happy that black people is bringing their business to you to get a washer and a dryer, sir. You ought to be happy. You think white's the only one that's making y'all rich and giving y'all what y'all need? When we play a major part in that, honey, you must need a reality check. Now, the only thing that I can say is us black folks do spend too much money on Jordans and Nikes. Billions of dollars on Jordans and Nikes. But Michael Jordan is a black man, is he not? And sound systems and microphone. Have you not heard a black soprano? Have you not ever been to a black church to hear a black woman or a black man sing in a high note without your microphones, baby? Our voices are magical. Our voices are golden. What God has gave us is a gift that no man on this earth have. We sound good without your microphones, sir. We can sing an a cappella song and sound chef kiss well. So you're talking about taking your and rap with your hat on that started with black people. Look how you wearing that hat. You looking like a black man. Well, I say all that to say you sound like a spoiled kid whose mama's been giving them everything. And now it seems to be that mama needs to punish you for what you're saying and take back everything I gave to you. You sound like a crying little baby. You know, like when a mom takes a kid's gaming system and stuff like that, because she was the one that is giving him all of that, and she needs to give him a reality check to get him to act right and be right. Sir, you sound like a spoiled kid. And it sounds like we need to put BTA. That's even if you know what that means. BTA to your community. And maybe you'll understand and see.
I need us to treat this situation like we did Daniel Caesar. Give them exactly what they want. Give them exactly what they want. Listen, stop shopping with them. Hey, you got it. You're right. Sister girl down the street can do your nails. Hey, I heard somebody, you can get all your beauty supply stuff offline. Do that. Just wait on a little shipping. Listen to this man right here. He don't want us to shop with them no way. This is the time where you need to take a stand and say, you know what? I can't even mess with you no more. I don't care if that's your homegirl. Y'all been homegirls. She do your nails all the time. Y'all got a good relationship. No. Because I haven't seen not one of them come out and apologize. Like, yeah, that was kind of jacked up. You know, this is not a reflection on us as a race. No, because it is a reflection on them as a race. So because of that, stop shopping with them. It's that simple. Don't put your money where you don't see your color. That's just what it is. Listen to what he's talking about.
Let's just show them that nothing's impossible. Because from now on, I'm not buying anything Asian. If I know any business that is Asian owned or Asian people will get benefit from it, I will not be buying from them. And I hope people make lists of businesses that are Asian owned so we can start boycotting them, because the disrespect to not only get away with murder, but to come on the internet and taunt the black community saying that it's impossible for them to boycott you. Yeah, we're not gonna tolerate that. Or as far as me, I'm joining in the boycotting. Like, I am not going to be buying nothing from Asian business. If I craving sushi, I'm gonna go to the Mexican restaurants who make Mexican sushi, and I'm gonna eat some Mexican sushi. But I'm no longer supporting Asian businesses. You guys suck. And you guys not only suck for like getting away with murder and joining in the white people for this systematic racist system, but you guys are dirtbags to even think that you can come on the internet and taunt black people like that. Like, how fucking dare you? And trust and believe, we will boycott you.
This video is strictly for that man, that Asian man to be specific, that made that declaration and tried to triple double dog dare the black community to boycott the Asian community, to boycott nail salons, beauty supply stores, Chinese food stores, any type of business that is owned by an Asian. You try to dare us and tell us and challenge on how far we can get with boycotting y'all businesses. You must not know. You must not understand what our buying power is. If it wasn't for us, this shit would not be moving. And I wish a lot of us would understand that. Understand how far our money goes. How necessary it is for our money to move this economy here in the United States and around the world. We are that. We are that. We need to stop spending our money. I literally need to get my nails done. I was planning on getting my nails done this weekend. I needed to make an appointment. I told myself earlier this week, Kiana, make an appointment to go get your nails done. Now all this shit then popped off. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to sacrifice not getting my nails done. I'm going to have to sacrifice not getting my nails done because we need to start standing on business. We cannot continue to let these people disrespect us. It has gone on for far too long. Far too long. We have to set a precedent for what we will and will not accept. What happened with that young man that got shot? It wasn't in South Carolina, that was killed in cold blood. That was murder. That young man was murdered over a bottle of water that he did not even steal. And that man got to walk off scot fucking free and still have his business or businesses within our communities. How dare you have your businesses set up in our communities and you just pillaging us off, picking us off. Y'all, we need to stand for something. Y'all need to stand for something. Whatever it is that you get from out of these Asian businesses, there is a black business that you can support, whether it is within your community or even if you got to start ordering stuff online for these businesses. Y'all drop in my comments what city you're in and give our people some options on if you're in Atlanta, nail techs that can do your nails, beauty supply stores. And this is for any city. Y'all drop in these comments and start naming these black service providers that you know
that we frequent when it comes to these Asian people so that we can start giving our money to our people. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And it's unfortunate that every Asian business is going to be impacted by this. But at this point, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I understand not all of you all are like this, or that all of you all are not a part of the problem. But unfortunately, y'all gonna all have to suffer for what your people continue to do to my people. Y'all drop in the comments and start naming nail salons, beauty supplies, all of that, restaurants. I don't know, whatever it is that you guys are getting from these Asian stores in your city, we need to create some type of database so that we can start finding alternatives to get this stuff done. And y'all, as a Black community, we need to make it easier for us to use our own services. We need to make it easier. I like the convenience of being able to walk into the nail salon or being able to go on my nail salon's website and immediately get an appointment within a matter of 24 to 48 hours. Please drop some nail tech names in Atlanta that it don't take an arm and a leg for you to make an appointment to get a builder gel. That's all I need is a builder gel fill and maybe some designs every now and again. Y'all, please drop in the comments and start sharing these Black businesses that we can frequent across the United States, because we need to set the fucking tone. We need to let that motherfucker know that we're not here to play. You want to call our bluff? We can show you better than we can motherfucking tell you. Y'all, stand on something. Like I said in one of my previous videos, y'all like to go at it in these comments. Y'all like to play big and bad in these comments. All of y'all be playing in these comments about what you're going to do to somebody. Y'all jump on here about what you're going to do to somebody on y'all videos. This is what we need y'all to do. This is what we all need to band together and do. Stand for something. Let's fucking make it happen. Let's get it. Let's motherfucking get it.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty-ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it. Boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
If this is not a wake-up call to Black America, I don't know what is. He's saying the quiet part out loud, what his folks really think about Black Americans. There's a strong dislike. They're only in the community to do business. Like he stated, we got our own community. We don't even want to really be here doing business with y'all. Where you think hurry up and buy come from? Yeah, give me the money and leave the store. Just leave. Because we don't live in your communities. We have our own communities. And if they're not in those communities, they're living amongst them. So yeah, this should not only be a boycott and ban, but this should be a call for Black American mom and pop shops to come back to Black American communities. And Chinese, bro, y'all really need to knock it off, because what do y'all think y'all known to the world as? The emperors of knockoffs. Ask Louis Vuitton how they feel about the Chinese knocking off their products. Ask Gucci, all these high-end luxury brands, all these brands, how they feel about China knocking off their products. Y'all are not innovators. Y'all are imitators. You have to send a Chinese balloon, spy balloon across America. And when it comes to the microphone, the modern mic, the advancement of acoustic technology, no Asians had nothing to do with none of that. It was a Black American man, Dr. James West. He played a major factor in the breakthrough of acoustic technology. So you had nothing to do with giving Black America a voice. But like I said, y'all known for knockoffs. Timo, DH Gate, Alibaba. People buy from them because it's cheap, not because of the quality. Like, yeah, but like I really wish that Black American mom and pop shops make a comeback. Because look, he belittled Black Americans. Like, oh, you need to buy from our liquor stores. You need to buy from our, you need services from our laundry services. Like, Black Americans don't own liquor stores. Like, there's no Black American owned liquor store. Like, there's no Black American owned cleaners. The Jeffersons, remember the Jeffersons, that show? But there's real life Black owned cleaners. There just need to be more of them. But yeah, this is how they really feel. And to the women, Black American women, you correct me if I'm wrong. If you in those nail shops, those nail salons, they treat the non-Black American women differently than how they treat Black American women. And far as this immigrant stuff, y'all need to knock it off, because if it wasn't for the Immigration Act and Nationality Act of 1964, 1965, y'all wouldn't even be over here. Because they already had an Immigration Act of 1924, which favor these immigrants, right? The only reason you're over here is because of that. So yeah, I'm landing my plane.
Asian man that came on TikTok talking about how Black people can go ahead and boycott their businesses, whether it's beauty supply stores and nail salons, and how they can just go over to the white neighborhoods and get money from them. Okay, then go do that. Because if it was so easy for you to be in those neighborhoods, then why weren't you over there to begin with? It's strategically placed for beauty supply stores, nail salons, and liquor stores to be placed in the Black community, because you know that's where all the money's going to come from. The Asian man that came on TikTok and said what he said is a prime example of why Black people are boycotting to begin with. They're just exposing what we've always known, this secret weird hatred, this secret weird animosity towards us when we've done nothing to you. I saw another young lady on TikTok talking about how there was xenophobia that was being pushed towards Asian community when Donald Trump had first got elected, and Asians were getting beat up in broad daylight. And she was talking about how when Asians were talking about POC solidarity and Black people came to their aid, but now it's shoes on the other foot, they're nowhere to be found, it's our problem and it's our fault. Which is exactly why Black people are boycotting, because we recognize that we can have solidarity for everybody else, but nobody can have solidarity when it comes to us in our community.
The question I have is, if you don't need Black dollars, why do you care if the Black community boycotts? Why? If we have nasty attitudes and you don't want your women giving us pedicures and manicures and all that other shit, then why do you care if the Black community decides not to go and spend their Black dollars in your businesses? I know why. Because the Black American community has social power. And when Black Americans boycott something, the people that support the Black Americans will boycott as well, including your beloved white people. And I just want to make this perfectly clear. The reason why the banks give non-Black immigrants loans, even though they barely speak English, is because they don't mind you guys setting shop in Black neighborhoods, because they don't want the Black Americans to thrive. That's why they deny loans to Black Americans whose families been here for generations. It's not because you're special. It's because they use y'all as a tool of white supremacy. And most of the things that he mentioned are products that come from China. It has nothing to do with the Asian businesses that treat Black people like crap, or even unalive their children. Or how about have their children go use the bathroom outside while they take pictures and show it to everybody? Black Americans are tired of people from other countries coming here and thinking that they can treat Black people the same way that these colonizers have been treating all of us for the last 400 or 500 years. And because of the Asian community, that's why affirmative action was repealed. And look, because of what y'all did, even Asians are having a problem getting into colleges. Because at the end of the day, white supremacy doesn't care how light your skin is. As long as you're not white, they will treat you like crap. And again, if y'all don't care about the Black dollar, if y'all don't care to change your attitudes towards the Black communities, if y'all don't give a fuck about the people that come into your stores and buy your product to make you and your family money, you don't care, then don't care about the boycott. Have your beloved racist white people drive all the way to the hood to go spend their racist white dollars in your stores. I'd love to see that shit. I swear, this is why we cannot have unity, because people do not understand the historical context of what goes on with the Black Americans in this country. You come over here, you think you know better, and then you talk to us like shit. Instead of all of us working together against white supremacy, y'all want to have this model minority bullshit. But hey, you don't care. So if they boycott you, what's the problem? Just keep it moving, right? Right. Wow.
Naming a bunch of things that if we remove them will make the community better is not a flex. You know, Target felt the exact same way, and look how they turned out. But But you know what is even more wild to me? Asian Americans have what they have, a large portion of it, because of black Americans. The Civil Rights Act was spearheaded and largely lifted up because of black Americans. Ferociously fought for, and black Americans lost their lives because of it. This opened up doors for Asian Americans to be able to come here to America and receive grants and loans. Now, the government wanted the Asian Americans to be in a better position than the black Americans, obviously. So they were able to get grants and loans, but they were not able to get grants and loans in white neighborhoods because white people did not want them in their neighborhoods. So they was able to get grants and loans, and they put those Asian Americans in black neighborhoods. And when white people were being racist to them and white people did not want to support them, black Americans gave them community like we always do with everybody else. And we uplifted these Asian American businesses. We uplifted these stores and these food places and these laundromats and all these things. Because black people understand what it feels like to be at the bottom, and we don't want other people to feel the same way. But you see how when people move up, they all of a sudden they get amnesia to how they got where they got to. And people feel like since they have everything now, they cannot lose much more. Pulling our black dollar is not hatred towards you, but prioritization for us.
When that Asian American man got online and essentially dared black Americans to boycott, he wasn't just being provocative. He was exposing something uncomfortable that lives underneath a lot of inter-ethnic business relationships in America. The assumption that desperation makes you powerless, and that pointing out economic dependency is the same thing as establishing dominance. But let's be clear about what actually happened in that moment. He didn't accidentally reveal a truth, he revealed a threat. And threats only come from people who are afraid. For decades, certain Asian American communities have built considerable wealth by establishing businesses in black neighborhoods where mainstream corporations would not go. Here we are talking about nail salons, hair supply stores, liquor stores, laundromats, restaurants. These are not random choices. These are strategic placement in communities with significant purchasing power but limited access to ownership opportunities within their own neighborhoods. This is not inherently evil. Entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. But what matters is how that relationship is structured and who it ultimately serves. When black Americans spend billions annually on goods and services, whether it is the 20 billion US dollars need care industry or the hair care market where black consumers drive enormous revenue, that money does not stay in those communities, does not create black owned businesses, does not build black wealth. The circles outward. And here is where the disrespect comes in. When a business owner can profit substantially from a community's money, while simultaneously dismissing that community's concern, that is not just capitalism. That is contempt warped in a business model. The man is there was essentially saying, you need us more than we need you. So you can't touch us. He was betting on black Americans having no choice. And maybe in that particular moment regarding certain services, that bet seemed safe. But here is what he fundamentally misunderstood. Consumer power is not about having alternatives in the moment. It is about the ability to create alternatives, to redirect resources, and to make a collective choice that says we would rather struggle together than fund disrespect. That is not weakness, that is dignity. And dignity has economic consequences. When black Americans decide to support black owned nail salons, black owned hair supply distributors, and black owned business generally, even if it requires inconvenience, they're not just making a purchasing decision, they're making a statement about what kind of relationship they're willing to accept. They're saying that their money comes with conditions, and one of those conditions is respect. Let's also address something that often gets glossed over in these conversations: labor practices. In many Asian American owned businesses serving black communities, particularly nail salons, we're talking about working conditions that frequently involve wage theft, unsafe chemical exposure, excessive work hours, and minimal breaks. These aren't conditions that exist because they have to. They exist because workers, often immigrant women with limited options, can be pressured to accept them. So when black American consumers support these businesses, They're not just funding a business owner's wealth accumulation. They are openly participating in an economic system that exploits vulnerable workers while that same business owner profits from a black community's money. That is a layered problem, and the Asian American man's arrogance there ignored all of it. He spoke as though the only dynamic that mattered was whether black Americans had shopping alternatives. He completely erased the question of whether these businesses should be structured the way they are in the first place. Let's talk about actual numbers and what they mean. Black Americans have been systemically excluded from wealth building opportunities for centuries. Even now, the racial wealth gap means that black households have roughly one-tenth the wealth of white households. Asian Americans as a group have median household wealth that exceeds white Americans in many regions. When you have that kind of baseline inequality, and then you add on the top of it communities where the primary businesses serving black consumers are not black owned, you are essentially describing a system where black purchasing power is being extracted rather than invested in black futures. That man's video pretended this dynamic does not exist or does not matter. He made it sound like black Americans should just be grateful for access to services, regardless of who profits, regardless of the working conditions, regardless of whether that money ever circles back into their own communities. That is the disrespect, not just words, the actual economic structure he was defending. Here is something crucial. Respect in business relationship is not just a moral thing, it's an economic thing. When a business owner dismisses the concerns of their customer base, when they essentially say, you need me, so your concerns don't matter, they are destroying the foundation of sustainable business relationships. They are converting customers into dependents, and dependent relationships are inherently unstable and resentful. Respectful business relationships are based on reciprocity. The business owner provides value, the customer provides money. Yes, but there is also an acknowledgement that the customer's dignity matters, that their concerns matters, that they are not just being tolerated because they have no choice. When Asian American business owners show up in black communities with genuine investment in those communities, not just extracting wealth from them, that changes everything. When they pay fair wages, when they treat workers with dignity, when they employ people from the community, when they give back, when they listen to their concerns instead of dismissing them with Adele. That is respect. That is the kind of relationship that actually works. That Asian man made a critical error in his analysis. He assumed that because black Americans might not have immediate alternatives, they therefore have no power. That is a fundamental misleading of how consumer power actually works. Black Americans have enormous purchasing power. Collectively, black consumer spending exceeds 1.4 trillion US dollars annually. The ability to redirect that spending, even partially and even at some personal cost, is genuine economic power. It's not theoretical, it's not weak. What that man's there revealed is that despite operating in black communities, profiting from black customers, and building wealth on the back of black purchasing power, he felt the need to publicly assert dominance. That is not the behavior of someone who is secure in their position. That is not the behavior of someone who understands on some level that the relationship is extractive and is trying to preemptively shut down the conversation about it. This isn't really about whether black Americans can or should completely boycott every Asian American business. That is a practical question with complicated answers that will look different in different neighborhoods and different situations. What this moment is actually about is establishing terms of respect. It's about black Americans understanding their own economic power clearly enough to use it intentionally. It's about supporting black owned alternatives where possible and where practical. It's about having conversation with business owners in their communities about labor practices, about investment, about reciprocity. It's about refusing the framework that says you should be grateful you have access. Be quiet about the conditions. It's about Asian American business owners and all business owners serving black communities, understanding that contempt is a business strategy with an expression dead. You can extract wealth from a community for a while by asserting that they have no choice. But eventually, if that is your approach, they will refine or create alternatives. And when they do, we'll be left wondering why the relationship fell apart. So that was it for today. I want you all to tell me what you think about the video that was made by the Chinese American man. Let me know whether you think that this boycott is gonna be effective. So that was it for today. Mr. TA, your African brother signing off. Ciao.